Played a great game. We played a great second half. I feel like our first half, even though we didn't play very good defense, we still at 1 point. So that gave us confidence knowing that, like, if we do what we're supposed to do on the defensive end and tighten up, we're going to win this game very comfortably.
Yeah, Jalen, kind of the same thing after two back-to-back defensive, pretty solid defensive efforts against Little Rock and Creighton. Kind of slipped away in the first half, but kind of made that adjustment today.
Yeah, we got up to a good start, and then we kind of loosened up. So heading into halftime, we made defense our main priority because we were scoring the ball the way we wanted to. So I'm glad we could tighten it up in the second half.
I mean, we had Darian drop in 3 threes, and then he was playing a little bit of point, which I'm going to be honest, is not something I'm used to seeing. How was the way he was able to kind of adjust for this game help the rest of y'all out?
Darian's a good player. You got to realize he's a top 100 player coming out of high school, so he's a good player. And we trust him. He's one of our best passers on the team, and he can make free throws towards the end of the game, so we're comfortable with him having the ball in his hands.
I love playing with Darren. He's really a matchup problem for other teams because, he can play the stretch four, he can play a little guard. He's too long. He's great on defense, and he's a great rebounder and a solid shooter. So, he really brings a lot to the team, helps us in any way he can.
Yeah, I know Albert had 19 today, but how important was it for guys like you and the guards to kind of lead the way today? Considering Richmond is kind of a vertically challenged team and kind of trying to slap at the ball a lot.
Well, coming in today, we knew that Klein was a really good player, and Al was going to have a really good game for us to win. So give credit to Al for playing a pretty good game. He did have 25 points, but we feel like we did a pretty good job on him, especially in the second half. He got most of his points from the free throw line. But multiple guys, that's when our team is best, is when we have multiple guys playing good. We can't have one guy. We got to have 3 or 4 guys scoring double digits, and that's when we play our best.
Number of fouls, was that just, maybe getting a little over-eager or trying to be a little bit more physical and get to the line?
I feel it was really breakdowns on defense, and we had to make up for it. And and we're not gonna, give you free layups, so go earn them at the line. But we got to tighten up on the defensive end so we don't have those defensive breakdowns.
They're a very good offensive team. Their system is, to be honest, it's kind of hard to guard as a player. So give them credit, but we're going to continue to focus on our defense because whether we have good offensive nights or bad offensive nights, we got to have defense consistently, and that's defense leads the championships, and that's what we're trying to go for heading into the conference season.
Kris, how would you overall grade your non-conference performance as a whole?
Me personally or the team? Okay. We had a very tough non-conference schedule. We let a few big-time games slip away from us. As I've said before, our record doesn't really speak for how good of a team we are, but we didn't know how to win at the beginning of the year. But we've gotten so much better defensively. We came together as a team, and we're winning games. We're learning how to close and win games, and it's going to lead us in the conference. We got 2-0 in the conference. It's a new season.
I'll go along with that. I feel like our record doesn't show what kind of team we are. We had like one of the toughest schedules in the nation. 4th? Okay, thanks.
4th.
But the goal for this season, the first day of practice, was not to do this, win a championship, this, that. Our goal was to improve every day, and that's kind of what we're sticking with right now. Couple games we probably should have won, had our chances to win, but now we know what we have to do heading into the conference season, the most important games, and we're looking just to be as prepared as we possibly can, put us in a good position to win 3 games in March at the Summer League tournament in Sioux Falls. So we're continuing to learn from everything. So the record's not great, but we are still positive. So.
Well, it was a good Christmas present. I thought our guys took another step in the right direction and beat a very good team and very well coached team that was hard to defend. They're good, and they're good at running their stuff, and they have 2 players that can really, really play, and that's Klein and Jones. You know, we did not do a very good job the first half. I think part of it was we got in foul trouble. Deuce had to sit on the bench a long time, and then Albert and Kris got foul trouble, and they did a nice job of taking advantage of that, of getting the ball inside. They knew that our guys didn't want to foul, and we kind of played a little bit too passive. But I thought the second half we came out and defended, you know, like we did Monday night and like we did the second half of against Creighton. So, you know, it was a good sign, and again, very pleased with the win, but even more pleased with how we played the second half because, again, we beat a good team that has some experience, you know, tough to prepare for because you don't see the Princeton office very often. So, gonna have a good couple of days.
Against a team like that, I mean, I know they fire a lot of guards at you. I know Albert finished with 19, but how important was it for guys like Kris Martin and Jalen Bradley to, you know, not only take care of the ball but facilitate and do a lot of scoring with it?
Well, you know, those three guys, you know, all three of them can score. You know, it was great that Kris got to the free throw line and that he made the majority of those. There was one area we didn't do a great job, 28 for 40s, you know, 70%, but it's not, I don't think it's good enough. It's below our average, but, you know, I thought we shared the basketball really well, especially, I thought early in the game, I thought we had some of the best offense possessions we had. We shared it, we made the extra pass, and obviously your offense looks much better when the ball's going in, and Jalen, I think, made three threes the first half, but I thought our guys did a nice job of getting him the ball in position to, you know, to get clean looks. Thought we made some nice plays to get Albert going. You know, he's an emotional guy. When just seems like when he can get an easy basket early in the game, especially a dunk, you can just see his enthusiasm, his passion rise. So that's always nice to see.
Albert gets his fourth foul, I think 5:46 left, but they ran on 4 quick points. You gave him a run back in. Obviously paid off, but, you know, what was your thought process? I mean, you know, like when I thought Kris, for the most part, played pretty well, but
Yeah.
you just want Albert back in or what?
Yeah, I mean, Albert just has more experience, especially, I mean, that guy, he's a great player. I mean, he's tough to defend. He can, you know, he didn't shoot it well tonight from three, but he's a threat from out there. He can put the ball on the floor. He makes, I mean, he makes terrific passes. And you know, I think Kris was, you know, he's getting a little bit frustrated. I think he picked up 3 offensive fouls, and that's something that, you know, we've talked to him about, that he fouls too much. And but you just, you know, late in the game, in a close game, you want to go with you know, your most experienced player, especially in December.
Speaking of number of fouls, do you think that was sloppiness and maybe getting a little too overeager, or was that more physicality and trying to get to the line?
On our part, fouling, you know, I thought the first half we weren't totally locked in, and I think when you play a team like Richmond or a team that's you know, whether it plays has a great motion offense, or, you know, in their case plays the Princeton offense, if you're not focused and locked in, you're going to get out of position. And when you get out of position, you're either going to give up easy baskets or you're going to get fouls. And you know, they got both. They got way too many easy baskets, and obviously we fouled too much the first half.
You know, she was asking Kris and Jalen about Darian's contributions today. Had a couple big shots. You know, how did you assess him today?
I thought he was great, especially the second half. I thought he hit a couple huge shots. You know, he gets 5 rebounds. He gets 5 assists, no turnovers. Again, it's a difference right now with experienced player in him, and then you got Emmanuel, who obviously is going to be a great player, and he's had some great games for us. But when you play a team like that, you need guys that have seen it, and we've seen this offense every year the last couple of years, because Denver, the old Denver coach, used to run this offense, and Darian always did a pretty good job of defending against it. So it was, you know, third game in a row, I thought Darian's played huge for us.
Deuce has been back, and he seems fairly healthy. Earlier in the season, you said he's kind of the heart and soul of this team. How active on the bench. How does that impact the team in close games like this?
Well, again, you want your best players out there, and he's one of our best guards, and he's the most experienced player we have, a fifth-year senior. I think he's a really good leader because I think he talks to the guys the right way. He's able to, and you need that out of your point guard. Your point guard needs to be an extension of your staff, and I think Deuce does that. And he's terrific on the bench as well. He's always positive, and so, but we need him on the floor. One thing I'm not sure we talked about after the Little Rock game Monday, but I thought he was great. I thought he was probably the best player on the floor Monday, and again tonight he got in some foul trouble. But again, it's back-to-back games where we hold the kid from Little Rock way below his season average, and then again tonight we hold a Jones who's averaging 18 points a game, 7 points below his average, and those are. And I know we had different guys guard him, especially tonight, because Deuce was in foul trouble, but he started on him. I think he didn't allow him to get going early, and that's so important when you guard a scorer. You don't want them to go out there and get some points early and get their confidence going.